We have spent half a century trapped entirely within the shallow waters of low Earth orbit. Since the Apollo 17 crew left the lunar surface in 1972, no human being has traveled further than a few hundred miles from home. We've built incredible machines since then. Our uncrewed probes and telescopes have crossed billions of miles of empty space to map the outer solar system, but our physical, human boundaries actually shrink. That physical boundary finally broke on April 1st, 2026. Pushing 4 humans out of Earth's massive gravity well requires an immense, violent release of energy, and the stakes for getting it right are absolute. To generate that energy, NASA engineered the Space Launch System, or SLS. This towering, ultra-heavy lift rocket was designed to end the 53-year deep space vacuum. Strapped into the Orion capsule at the top of that rocket, designated Integrity, are 4 humans testing this hardware in real time: Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover, and mission specialists Jeremy Hansen and Christina Koch. Artemis 2 is the first live-fire proof of concept. The crew is testing the life support, the navigation, and the radiation shielding required to safely reopen deep space to human crews. The launch sequence executed perfectly. On Flight Day 1, the SLS rocket cleared the atmosphere and successfully deposited the Orion capsule into its initial stable orbit around the Earth. And almost immediately, we got a reminder of what it looks like when human beings actually live and work in a multi-billion-dollar historic spacecraft. They run into the exact same corporate IT problems you do. Shortly after reaching orbit, Commander Wiseman had to radio down to Houston to report a highly relatable glitch on his Surface Pro device. He told them, "I also see that I have 2 Microsoft Outlooks, and neither one of those are working." Houston's mission control remotely resolved the frozen email application within a few hours. The glitch had 0 impact on spacecraft operations, but the audio of the exchange spread rapidly online. A few hours later, a fan controller on the spacecraft's universal waste management system, the toilet, threw an error. Christina Koch had to break out the contingency procedures, lightheartedly dubbing herself the Space Plumber as she successfully restored the system. NASA pushed the audio and updates of these minor glitches straight to the public. Seeing highly trained astronauts troubleshoot a frozen Outlook app and a finicky toilet grounded the intimidating scale of the space program into a reality anyone could understand, driving massive real-time engagement. By April 2nd, it was time for the MAMP to take over. The crew needed to execute the most critical technical maneuver of the entire outbound trip, the translunar injection, or TLI. To make the jump, the Orion capsule's service module engine ignited. It fired continuously for 5 to 6 minutes, pushing it to incredible speeds. This schematic shows how prolonged thrust breaks the spacecraft out of Earth orbit. The resulting figure-8 free return trajectory builds in a fail-safe physics advantage. Lunar gravity acts as a tether, whipping the capsule directly back toward Earth without needing a second engine burn. On day 3, riding that outbound curve, the crew began pointing their cameras out the windows. They captured high-resolution shots of a crescent Earth, 2 visible bands of night-side auroras, and zodiacal light. The successful TLI burn confirmed the complex orbital mechanics were sound. The crew of Artemis 2 officially transitioned from orbiting passengers into deep space travelers. Right now, 3 days into the mission, the trajectory is flawless. All 4 crew members are healthy, executing daily system checkouts and manual piloting demonstrations as they drift further into the dark. This scale diagram shows exactly where they are headed. At the apex, the crew will reach a maximum distance of roughly 252,000 miles. Pushing past that marker breaks the all-time human distance record, surpassing Apollo 13's mark set half a century ago. The sheer scale of that distance, combined with the real-time access we have to the crew, has kept the domestic conversation locked onto this mission. High-resolution imagery posted directly from space to platforms like X is racking up millions of views in hours. And the visual peak of the mission is still ahead. Around day 6, Orion will execute its lunar flyby, sweeping just 4,000 miles over the lunar surface. It sets the stage for the crew to capture a modern, high-definition Earthrise photograph. By successfully launching, testing the Orion hardware limits, and nailing the translunar injection, Artemis 2 has already achieved its primary goal. The physical boundary is broken. The highway to the moon is officially open for a new generation.